Hey everybody, it's Tech Teach again. In our last lesson we got to step 4 in our activity on drawing a shed. Step 4 is looking at elevation views. Step 5 will be the view cube and steering wheels, and talking about just moving around on the screen and stuff. So after you finish drawing the walls and putting dimensions on the walls, the next thing the assignment wants you to do is understand some of the basics of elevations. Your project browser is giving you the list of all of the types of drawings that are stored in memory in the computer, and so we've been familiarized with the floor and the roof and maybe the site, and now we need to look at different views. If you look at the east wall, you just double click on it, and you're looking at one of the walls of the elevation. And if you look closely at the levels here, you can see you've got two levels. You've got a roof level, and it says 10 feet tall, and you've got a floor level. The default here was set at 10 feet. So the problem with that is that that puts the roof 2 feet above the end of our 8-foot tall wall. So we've got to adjust that. So you can make a simple adjustment simply by clicking here and changing that from 10 to 8. And when you press enter, you can see that drops down on top of the wall section. Didn't say to do that in the instructions, but I thought it necessary to do it. These walls are 8 foot tall. You may have on your sheet 20-foot tall walls, because it says number 1 and 2. 1 says under elevations in the project browser, click on any north, south, east, or west elevation to see the elevation. That's what we did to see this one. This is the east elevation. Number 2 says click on the wall in the elevation view and notice that the wall is 20 feet tall. Mine's only 10 feet tall, but if you did it according to the guidelines, it'll be taller than that line. It says you will modify the height of the walls and the wall properties later in the tutorial, so you don't really have to worry about that too much. Number 3 says select the roof elevation and change it to be 8 feet. So that's what I did over here when I changed it to 8 feet. So then we'll go down to step 5, which is talking about the cube. It says choose the view tab. So you'll click up here on the view tab, and you'll look at some of the ways of viewing your drawings. And it says select 3D view. That's right here. And when it becomes a 3D view, it gives you this view cube. The view cube graphically allows control over orthographic and perspective views of the 3D model. You have steering wheels, that's this thing right here, and you have the view cube. So the view cube, this is the home. You click there for it to come back to this position. If you want to just see it from the top, you click on top. Then if you want to get back home, you click on home. You can also click on these corners and you can make it spin around and see all the different parts. If you want to see a particular side, you click there and it'll come to that side. So the view cube is a really handy tool to be able to use. The next step is all about changing the wall height. In order to change the wall height, you'll want to click on it and you'll get these arrows, and this lesson is showing you that what you can do is you can manipulate the height of the wall simply by dragging the blue arrow up and down and getting it in the correct position that you want. It's really hard to be accurate with that, though. I find it to be too hard to be able to get right on it unless you zoom way in on it. Then you can get a little bit more accuracy like that. So we've only got a couple of seconds left in this tutorial. You've learned how to manipulate and use the view cube and then adjust your levels so that your wall is the same height as your roof will be when you create your wall in the next lesson. So good luck.